Leo, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what the collective needs to hear at this time. I've set that intention with my deck and with my guides. So if you are here because this is in your feed, then this message is for you. And if you are here because of the title, then this message is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has for you. Be sure and like the video for me. Definitely subscribe if you like the messages. All of your interactions really help my channel to grow, so I really appreciate that. But it also pushes the messages out for others so that they can receive them as well. So thank you so much for doing that. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about joy, celebration, togetherness. This is like you being supported by your community, right? Whether that's friends, family, coworkers, whatever that is for you, right? But spending time with friends and family is really what's going to help you relieve some stress, and it kind of rejuvenates your spirit, right? And uplifts you and inspires you in order to kind of move forward and be able to overcome any obstacles you may be facing. But there's definitely like this feeling of togetherness, maybe relying on friends and family to kind of get you through, or just a real focus on community. So the present situation, we have the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is the end of a painful cycle, right? So you could have been through some kind of manipulation or lies, but it's definitely a painful ending, right? Whether this is a relationship, a job, it'll be different for each of you. So, but it also signifies the end of pain and struggle, right? Like this is the end of a cycle. Tens are the end of everything. So transformation occurs when you accept that and then allow yourself to see that everything you've experienced has served a higher purpose, right? It has taught you lessons, whether they were very difficult or not. Clearly they were, but it's, seeing the lesson in that and then creating space for a new cycle to begin, right? Healing and kind of going through that process. The blockage is the Judgment card. So Judgment is about like an awakening, an acceptance of lessons, and then moving forward, leaving those in the past. This is about, surrendering to that lesson, releasing it, and then forgiving yourself and others for that. So with this in the blockage, I feel like there is a need to really release things. You could be repeating patterns, and you're not learning the lesson, right? Or you could have been, judging yourself or others, and clinging to the past. That'll keep you from moving on, right? Like not able to end this cycle because you're not releasing it, and ignoring that growth and change that's trying to occur. I feel like it's just needing to embrace the ending and release any, resentment, judgment, whatever it is that you have, and moving forward from that. So the root cause of this is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, again, is about, it's competition, it's rivalry, right? It's like egos and maybe even a conflict being blown like out of proportion, right? Is like the very negative aspect of this. But I feel like, again, this is about finding solutions and overcoming these obstacles. And, healthy competition is a good thing, right? So maybe really just kind of, again, finding a solution to move on, needing to tap into that competitive side of yourself in order to overcome these struggles and move forward. So in the recent past, what was affecting this situation, we have the Devil energy. So the Devil energy is a very toxic energy. This can be self-sabotage. This can be control. This can be, feeling stuck or trapped in a situation. This, you maybe have freed yourself from some type of really toxic situation, right? And found a way to kind of maybe you did find a solution in order to overcome this, because these people are in chains and it's all about freeing yourself. But this could have been um, unhealthy coping mechanisms, right? This could be drinking, this could be eating, this could be shopping, too much spending, right? Or just feeling entrapped and feeling controlled in situations. Maybe you felt stuck somewhere and you couldn't get out of it, right? Those could also be self-sabotaging behaviors by not moving forward and leaving that situation, right? So the message from your higher self or from your spirit guides, we have temperance. So temperance is harmony, balance. This is about doing things in moderation. It's also a divine timing card, right? Like working with the energies. So this is an archangel, and they have these two cups here, and they have the water going back and forth. So it's about balancing and really kind of going with the flow, finding your flow, finding peace and calm, in order to release this and move forward from it. Temperance is very much a alchemizing type of energy, right? When you alchemize, it's turning challenges or that lower vibrational energy into something else, right? Turn it into wisdom, release it, and then learn the lesson and turn it into your self empowerment, right? Turn it into a way to create abundance for yourself, right? But it is surrendering to the plans of the universe and really, again, having that moderation, having patience, and meditating, really kind of taking care of yourself. It's very much a card of healing as well. So, in the immediate future, we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is about new emotional experiences, being open to um, emotional messages, or new emotional friendships, love partnerships. But this is like being very open. This could be like receiving intuitive messages, right? Like maybe getting intuitive hits from your spirit guides, but it's from unexpected sources, right? That can include your own intuition, but it's really having that emotional intelligence to kind of express your feelings and be open to new experiences, right? So he is very playful. So maybe tapping into like that inner child energy, being playful, and expressing your ways in a loving way, and in a playful way. But being very open to new experiences here, I feel is coming in here for you. Maybe you were having a hard time closing a karmic cycle here, and now you've left that because this is in your past. Like, I feel like you have freed yourself from any self-sabotaging or toxic behaviors, and now you're open to new experiences, right? So, in your feelings, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is very compassionate. She is very nurturing, very loving energy, right? It's also about your creativity and your intuition. So, you could be feeling very creative, very intuitive at this time. Now that you have kind of freed yourself from this restriction, now you're, open to messages. You're open to compassion. You're open to love. Maybe you've gone through some kind of like heart chakra healing, or just really kind of having some compassion for yourself and others that are around you. But you could be feeling very intuitive at this time as well, very creative. In the environment, the influence is the sun. I love that. So the sun is my favorite card in the deck. It's Leo energy. So this is your energy, but this is like that optimism, right? Clarity, joy, happiness. Again, with the inner child, you have this child on the horse here. So really tapping into that creativity and that inner child happiness, that giddy, playful energy. But this is also like your optimism coming back, your joy, your vitality, that zest for life. So I feel like whatever this situation was that you've left behind was very draining and very toxic. So I feel like now you're kind of opening up to new experiences and being very optimistic and maybe finding your joy and happiness again, right? The light shining, right? Like these cards are very different because this one is very dark and this one is very bright. So, kind of finding your light again and being optimistic and joyful. So, in your hopes and fears, we have the Empress, and the Empress is very abundant. She is, again, that divine feminine energy, right? Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But, she is very open to receiving. She's abundant. She is charismatic. She's fertile. She's got that powerful magnetism that it just attracts everything that she wants, all of her manifestations, right? So you could be very hopeful for, receiving and being abundant and growing, right? Maybe you are manifesting and you're really ready for abundance and growth and prosperity here, right? She is very, again, fruitful, very fertile, and allowing new things to be birthed into your life. A lot of times this is seen as like a birth card, whether that's like actually giving birth or birthing like a new idea or a new way of being, right? Like a new way of being in relationships. So I feel like you're just very hopeful for, again, that abundance and receiving what it is that you want here. And that could be the joy and happiness and optimism, right? So the potential outcome for you is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about options. This is about choices. This is, things really opening up here for you, and the possibilities are endless, right? The only negative with the Seven of Cups is that there is this fog, right? There are all of these options opening up, and you can easily get confused or disillusioned, right? So just be aware of that. Many things could be opening up for you here now that you are being open to your intuition, your creativity. I feel like the possibilities are endless for you, and it's going to open up a lot of different things for you. Just use your intuition and your discernment in order to choose the best option or the best course of action for you moving forward, right? So if this is about relationships, this is about, getting clarity and really understanding what it is you want, and then using your intuition to move forward with that, right? If this is a business, same concept, right? Just really trusting your intuition, knowing what it is that you want. Maybe try some guided meditation or some visualizations, right? And working with your spiritual practice in order to use your discernment here so that you are not disillusioned, or so that there is no confusion moving forward. So I really love that energy for you. I feel like, you've ended a very tough cycle here, something very toxic. And that could have just been in yourself, right? A self-sabotaging behavior, a pattern that you were repeating. It could have been a relationship, could have been a work environment, right? Again, it's a general reading, so it'll be different for each of you. But there is very much this feeling of like community, togetherness, joy, and happiness. I feel like you're moving into that because you have ended something here. It's just needing to release and accept the lesson and then move forward, which I feel like you're going to do in the immediate future here, right? I feel like just, again, alchemize that energy, work with that energy, and don't take it with you into this new chapter. Open to new things and close that out, leave that behind you and move on, because you definitely have things opening up here for you. Lots of, the Sun, the Empress, that's very good energy. Queen of Cups, right? Like your intuition, your creativity, that really loving, compassionate, nurturing energy with the Queen of Cups and the Empress there. So I feel like the possibilities are endless for you. It's just a matter of releasing and, leave the past behind, because you're moving into something completely new here. So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.